Welcome back, cousins. Today, I wanted to have one of our cousin to cousin talks. I think we need to talk for a minute because I've been seeing this like all over social media, and I didn't realize that this was something until I took a second to look back at my journey. And I want to talk about weight blindness. So I've lost 230 pounds, but before that, I really couldn't see how big I had gotten. Like, seriously, I just did not realize it. And I think a lot of people experience this, but no one really talks about it, right? And I'm seeing more and more people talking about it, like on social media now, but just really thinking about it, it's like you look in the mirror, you step on a scale, you see photos, but your brain just refuses to process your weight. And that was me. And today I just want to break it down and just like what it looked like for me and how it affected my life and how I just woke up and got into reality and got out of the delusion and was like, baby, we need to make a change. Cousin, we need to make a change. So I want to start at the beginning. So we can start at, let's see, I've always been bigger, right? I've always been a bigger girl, even in the sixth grade, elementary or whatever. I don't think I've ever known a life without a fupa. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always had a fupa, even when I got up to 250 pounds, 280 pounds, I was like, you know what? All right. I'm a little big, but I can still function, right? I can still move. I can still work. I can shop in stores. I'm not on the people, I'm not one of the people from my 600-pound life. Like I'm not bedridden. Like I can do life, but I was in denial. Like when I sit back and look at it, I was in denial because I avoided mirrors. I avoided cameras. Like whenever somebody was trying to take a picture of me or something, I would say, no, hold up. We're going to take it from this angle. We're going to take it from that angle. Or I hide behind my phone. And y'all know the famous phone little filtering process. We take a picture from the chest up. If you're bigger, that was my go-to move. I would just like, we're not doing a full body here. We're going to do, because the space card is going to eat. The space card was going to eat. My clothes were always hiding, right? I might have something that's like a oversized t-shirt. I feel like I had a uniform. Like I was like a cartoon character. My uniform when I was bigger, unless I was going somewhere, then I would eat, I would put on. But degular, every day would just be like a graphic tee or a jean jacket or something like that. Clothes were baggy. Like I just didn't want anyone to see the truth, right? Even with your clothes, like you do stretch clothes. So, it's expanding with you. And the crazy part is like, the first time I lost weight, like I went all the way down to 160, like I still didn't see myself clearly. Like even losing the weight, I still didn't see myself clearly. Like I was constantly surprised by photos, right? I would say, wait, is that really me? And that's something I even do now. It takes a moment for my brain to register that, hey, I've lost weight. Even though the mirror said one thing, my brain still says something else, right? So later when I gained all the way back up until 410 pounds, my mind still thought I was like in the 200s. Like it didn't register going past going past two something. I thought it was like 280 or whatever. It was like I was literally living in mental fog. It really felt like some type of mental fog. And that is one thing I can say about losing and gaining weight. It's like your mind, it takes a moment, just like it takes a moment to catch you when you like lose weight so fast or lose so much weight. Even when you start to gain weight, it takes a while to register, right? It's just like it's like a denial. So let me try to give you guys a peek into what my brain was saying. So imagine looking at yourself, just candid camera in a photo when you're at your heaviest, you're 410 pounds for me. My brain was saying, no, this is a bad angle. That's not me. Maybe it's a bad day. Maybe I'm a little bloated. Girl, yes, 410 pounds of bloated. Yes. Now, maybe it's just the lighting, okay, I think that's it. It's the lighting. I scroll past it or just try to move that photo out the way and just convince myself it wasn't reality, that it was really a delusion. It was really some type of delusion that I was just allowing myself to go through. But weight blindness isn't just about denial, right? It's a defense mechanism when you think about it. It's like my brain couldn't process and handle seeing the reality of of me being that big, because number one, I've never been that big. And number two, it's so overwhelming. You think, you think about now, like if I really realize, like, man, you might be 400 pounds, like 400 pounds, this is over 200 pounds that I have gained, right? And then you're like, okay, this bad picture is really bad, but maybe I can start like trying to lose weight tomorrow, right? Maybe I can like get on this journey tomorrow. And sometimes like I really believe it, but I know I wasn't ready. I knew I wasn't going to do it. And, I would joke with, friends and family and be like, you know what? I'm working on it. Cause when they see you and be like, girl, look a little thick there, look a little thick, here. But they would, I'd be like, I'm working on it, while I'm just avoiding the truth. Right. Or I'd say to myself, look, I've never been bigger than 280. I've never been bigger than 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking I was being realistic. Meanwhile, like the photos and the scale is just telling a completely different story. It's like you really, really are just living in a fantasy, and you're living it in delusion. That weight blindness is like really something. And the down part and the sad part about living in that delusion and in that weight blindness is that it has consequences. Physically, I got to be 100. I got to be honest with y'all. I didn't take care of myself the way I should because I didn't fully see the problem. Emotionally, it was exhausting, right? I'm constantly comparing myself to who I think I am versus who I really am or who I really was. And it is draining. You're thinking I used to be 160 pounds. I was that girl. And then you realize this weight didn't creep up on him. And it's not really crept up on you. You have been denial about this weight, right? You've been avoiding pictures. You've been avoiding the mirror. You've been avoiding the scale. It's right there. It's right in front of your face, but you're choosing not to see it. All of that is very draining. That being in denial is draining. I remember trying on a shirt one day and I bought it really big. I bought like a 5X, right? I bought like a 5X. And I was like nervous at first. I'm like, girl, thinking, hey, is this really going to fit or is it not going to fit? It's a 5X. It should fit, it should fit loose. It should fit baggy. It should feel a little baggy. Like I'm thinking I have more space than what I did. And I put it on, I tried it on and I was like, yo, this actually fits. Not only does it fit, it fits. Like this 5X is a little tight right here. And my brain actually had to do a double take. No, this wasn't a 2X. No, it wasn't a 3X. This was actually a 5X. And it's like that feeling that your mind has been lagging behind your body is real and it's frustrating. Like, girl, you really fit in a 5X. And then when you realize, hey, you fit in a 5X, socially, now it's created an issue. It creates a problem. Like you start avoiding certain things and gatherings and hiding in photos and you avoid making plans because now your brain really realized, girl, you is 5X. You in a 5X. You used to be 160 pounds. You use, body. Now you really got that body. And, I would have people, family invite me places and I would say, nah, I'm staying home. And thinking back at that now, it's like, I thought it was lazy. Like maybe I was just lazy. I didn't feel like going nowhere, but I realized now it really was some weight blindness, like, and shame. I just really couldn't accept what was happening with me, that I had gained all that weight. But there was a turning point. Like I tell you guys all the time when I had to travel, right? When I had to travel and I realized I couldn't move around like I wanted to, or I realized that a simple injury was about to make me like be bedridden, right? It was like I was talking about these people on my 600-pound life, but I was realizing I was about to be that. My turning point is just for me is like when I realized I just couldn't hide anymore. I had to face reality. I had to stop living in delusion. And this is where therapy just played an important role. Like I had to look myself. I had to look at myself in photos and videos and all these things. And my therapist would say, cousin, let's talk about what you see. And I was like, I don't see anything. And slowly we start unpacking years of denial and self-protection and really tackling my issues with food and my traumas and everything. This was around the time that I really was like, I'm going to get myself together. I think I'm going to try to get gastric bypass. But I've always been the person, I've told you guys before, I am never going to get gastric bypass and do something to my body that is going to be permanent. And I'm right back being and feeling this way years later because I've gained all my weight back. I was like, I'm really going to take therapy seriously and really, really heal this relationship with food. So working on healing my relationship with food and even just thinking about the surgery, all of that was just crucial, you know. Otherwise, you know, if I didn't do those steps, I would end up right back at 410 pounds. So once I really acknowledged my reality, I feel like I could start making real substantial changes. I can start seeing myself truly as I was. Girl, you are 410 pounds. Let's move forward. So I know this was heavy, but I just want you guys to know, if you ever looked at a photo and thought, you know, wait, this is not me, or underestimated your weight, or was this living in denial and delusion like I was, you are not alone. Weight blindness is common and it's nothing to be ashamed of. The first step is just pure awareness. You know, look at yourself honestly, take photos, check the mirror. Don't let your brain rationalize away reality. And then once you accept that reality, right, take those steps, not just for your body, but for your mind. You know, therapy, self-compassion, self-love, and small daily actions can change everything. So I know this was heavy, but I was just seeing weight blindness just everywhere. And I just had to share my take on it, my perspective on it. So if this resonates with you, you know, drop a comment, just share your story. I promise, again, you are not alone. And, you know, seeking truth. Don't live in delusion like our girls here. Don't live in delusion. Seek truth and accepting reality is the first step at real transformation. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Tell me what you thought about this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I see some of y'all looking. Y'all watching every video. Not subscribed. Why are you not subscribed to your cousin? Subscribe and turn those post notifications on. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.